Speaking of the Midwest, Mike, if you had a chance to watch and appreciate Terrence Crawford from Nebraska.
Oh, no doubt about it. Matter of fact, I was just with Terrence Crawford about 3 months ago. I got a cousin that lives in Omaha, Nebraska, and I went up and seen him and had the opportunity to go see Crawford at his gym and get a chance to chit chat with him. And I told him it's great to see a guy coming from the Midwest, not only putting it down, but I mean being at the top of the field. He's one of the pound best fighters in the world, and that makes me feel good because last time we seen something of that stature was when Michael Nunn come through. We never seen a guy come through like this. It's been 20 years, and he's a true champion, and I'm a big supporter of his, and I'm going to watch him and follow him. And when he fights again, I'm hopefully I'll be there to watch him ringside because he's the truth, and I like him.
Very good.
And he's getting an opportunity to prove that he's the best. And what they need to do is that all the top welterweights need to come to some type of conclusion or some type of agreement and fight. I mean, because to be the best, you got to beat the best. See, I would never say I'm the best if I'm not fighting the best. You got to always fight the best and beat the best. I learned from guys like your Carlos Monzones, Marvin Haglers, Thomas Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard's, the legendary Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Roberto Duran. You fight the best guys there. You don't deviate away from a fight. If I'm the best, let me prove I'm the best by fighting a guy that's supposed to be better than me or whatever. Let's find out who the best is. The only way we can determine that is by putting them in the four corners and finding out who the truth is, because we can talk until we turn blue in the face. It means nothing. It's what you do in the ring and in the fight, because fights are won inside the ring. And, everybody want to say they're the best. Well, let's prove it. Let's sign these contracts. Let's the promoters come together and let's put these fights together and let's find out who the best really is. We don't have to talk about it. Let's be about it.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, I've noticed this. I've talked about this aspect of it. It seems like lately fans are always talking about, Mike, we've had this with that who sells more. I mean, I personally, as a fan, I don't care who's the better sell. I care who's the better fighter.
Who's the better fighter? And I mean, that's what you pay to see. You pay to see guys fight. You know what I'm saying? And we got to understand that, some guys have a different philosophy. Guys want to, do certain things, but real fighters want to get in the ring and prove themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to see the young guys come together and want to collide and make it happen instead of just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all talk until we turn blue in the face. But I think what they need to do is just come together and let's find out who the best welterweight is, the best middleweight, the heavyweight, flyweight, or whatever. Let's find out.
And speaking of like Terrence Crawford, I mean, like personally, I Mike and I, we want to see the fight with Errol Spence.
Well, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I personally don't care about the split. Like, I don't care what the split is. I hope they both make good money. I don't want them to like do nothing. I want them to make millions. But do I really care personally if it's like 50, 40? I mean, as a fan,
the bottom line is the fans just want to see the fight. And I mean, you understand that guys figure they're worth more or whatever. I mean, you gotta negotiate the best deal, and I'm not gonna tell no guy how much money to take, but let's just get in the ring. And I mean, the money's there. Let's get in the ring. Let's find out who the best is. Let's take all the other garbage out of the equation and find out who the best is by getting in the ring and proving who's the best. Let's see who the best is. Let's not say we're the best and not prove nothing. Let's prove it by getting in the ring and illustrating who we are and what we can do.
Well, let me ask Mike. Mike, let me ask you this, both of you guys. How come there's not more of this where it's like, let's say if you don't want to do the 50-50 split, okay. But what if you do something like 55 to the winner? Both guys are trying to, you win the fight, you get the bigger split. How come that's not more in the country?
Winner take all.
Well, winner take all. I mean, but let's say it's something
winner
like,
take most.
Take most. How come that's not more, Mike? You've been with promoters, you've been involved with managers. How come that's not a thing?
It just goes to show the game doesn't change, man, from the time we done it to now. I mean, I don't knock what they're doing, but you guys just need to fight, man. That's the bottom line. You go through the great history of the sport of boxing, and you see the best have always fought the best. The money's there. It's just that, they got to just come to some type of agreement and just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're scared or if they don't want to, lose their stature or whatever. But if you're the best, you prove it by getting in the ring, proving it. You don't scream the best and don't have nothing to prove. You get in the ring and you illustrate your talents and you win fights.
Michael Nunn, as my one-time boss, Don King, used to say when it came to squabbles about money, it's for the needy, not the greedy.
That's right. Yeah, no doubt about it.
On the other hand, Don looked to take most of the money all the time.
Well, hey, that's why they got hundreds of millions of dollars now, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But hey,